Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. And it's 11,500, so again, it's not a huge amount, but you do get some money back. But that is actually a little bit less than what we paid for the machine in the first place. So no, you don't make money by flipping machines. If you buy it and then flip it straight back to the dealer, that's like people do that on eBay. Let's just sell that one. People do that on eBay. They flip machines and they make money by doing so. Right, I've got 44,000 because I've gone and sold the extractor for 11 grand. The bale wrapper that we want is 22,000, which is not going to leave us enough money to buy the combine that we want. And the crop that we have is going to be available to harvest in another 2.5 months' time. It'll be at the beginning of July, because we planted it quite early, didn't we? Now, next month we want to be doing our hay, our silage. We want to start doing silage there. And if you go here and you have a look at the actual silage prices, so if we go there and we have a look at this, at the moment silage is fairly low. May is when it starts to dip, and then it starts to come back up, and so it's not until later in the year. But the very lowest price is 152, and the very highest is 188. There's not a great deal of difference between them. So it may not even be worth keeping it for very long. We do have to keep it for at least a month so that it can turn into silage, but it's not that vast a difference between the two. But anyway, we do want the bale wrapper first. Before we can buy the combine, we want the bale wrapper. So that we are going to have to go with this one first. And we're doing this because this is fastest. I'm not going to get any extras. You can get an extra that puts the bales onto this side. You can have that one. But that's an extra 2,000 euros. I'd rather just try and put them somewhere straight. I think that's probably our best bet. So we'll buy that one at 22,000 euros. Like that. I'm not going to bother with changing the license plate. And that's it. I've got mowers. I've got everything I could want with the mowers. The windrower that I've got is that one. That'll do. It's 8,100. I don't really think I need to do anything different with that. So I've still got 22,000. It's not enough though. It's just not enough, not yet. So if you have a look in here, 24,000 just for the combine. I know we need another 17 for the header and another 1,500 for the... We could always get the header and the header trailer and get the combine separate, but I don't really want to do that. So we'll get this one here. Although, I was hoping that we'd actually have money spare. We'd have extra money left on this one. That was obviously wishful thinking. But I don't regret this decision, because this is going to wrap the bales an awful lot faster than us manually tipping them into that extractor thing and doing it that way. We've done it that way once. I don't feel a desperate need to go doing that again. We can do quite a large area for silage, so we will be able to get something coming in for that. But selling the silage, we're probably not going to want to do that before we're harvesting, because we're harvesting in it's July. Yeah, we'll be harvesting in July, when price of silage is actually at its rock bottom. So, I mean, right now it's pretty good. But we're in April, it's up here. May, it's going to drop down a bit more. We'll see what it's like in another couple days' time. We'll see what the silage price is like another couple of days' time. But we want to be looking out for some more jobs, I think, for contracts mostly. I think that's where we're going to need to get this money from, because now I've gone and spent this. I'm 20 grand short for the combine that we desperately want. And I don't have any money for storing the grain once we've gone and gotten the combine, so we're still not going to be able to produce any eggs just yet. We need money. I guess we could cut down more trees, but you all said you didn't want me cutting down trees because of the... Like, you know, we'll be doing that more on the next series. Decisions. What do we do? I've got very much wool at the moment. I'm going to take that down. I'd have to wait for that to process anyway. And ideally, we want to be selling our wool early in the year. So, by the time I've waited for that to process, no, selling wool is not really something that we want to do either. Our brand new wrapper in its brand new home. Just put that one up in there. So I haven't got very much wool. About the only thing that we want to do at the moment, before next month even, is get some... Where's our water tanker? I had a water tanker here. Where's it gone? It's gone running off down the hill or something. Oh, there it is. Right. I want to put some water in for the greenhouses. I want to put 2 lots of water in for the greenhouses. I've got water in for the sheep. We've got plenty of water in there. We've got food in for the sheep. We've got everything that we want there. But what we don't have is... Well, the greenhouse is about half full, so I can put 1 tanker load in each greenhouse. So I want to grab that one. And I want to just load up a little bit of water into it. And then I can start topping up the 2 greenhouses. Fill those all the way to the very brim with water. Well, I don't know about all the way to the very brim, but we'll at least put something in there. So let's start that one on. Which obviously is another expense, but we do get plenty of income from these greenhouses, and it is a profitable little enterprise, so we're going to keep that running. Let's go and take this one on round. I should build another little road here somewhere. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that. And I was going to build a better house as well, but again, it's something that I think we will leave for the next series. Right, we want to prioritize here. Someone else can come along another day and build a much better house. We will build a better house in our new series. That's going to be one of the things that we have to do, because we didn't build a very good house in... We haven't had a decent house in any of the hardcore series. We have not had any... I mean, I actually really like that little hut that we've got over there, but it's still not the most amazing property to live in, is it? Like, let's be honest, there are better options when it comes to housing than that little hut that we've got. And I think, at least for one of the hardcore series, it would be rather nice to have a house that is something that we can say with pride, yes, we live here, this is our home. Because so far, we haven't really had anywhere that we can proudly say that we live. I mean, that hut right there is probably the best one that we've had yet. And it's not wonderful, is it? Let's be honest, it's not the greatest of houses. But anyway... Speaking of which, we want to go. We want to get a little bit of sleep, so we're going to go there. We're going to sleep into the latter part of April. I will take a quick peek at some more jobs, and we'll see if there's contracts. I'm not doing baling contracts. I refuse to do baling contracts. That is out. I don't want baling contracts. What have we got? We've got a baling contract for 15,000. See, it's very tempting, isn't it? I tell you what, fertilizer contracts are extremely tempting right now. I could load up the fertilizer spinner, because he's quite a wide spread, and I could work my way round all of these fields, and we could make a decent bit of money doing it. So that's 2, 5, 9, 12, 15... call that 20, 27, 32, 36. So there's 39,000 plus all the extra bits, 40-something thousand, but obviously we'd have to spend out money on fertilizer. We should be able to make the 20 grand we need for the combine, doing those jobs. Especially if I go and use my own fertilizer spinner that I've got over there. I can put quite a bit into it. It might be the fastest, most efficient way of getting the 20,000 that we need in order to buy the combine. Because if I can buy the combine, I've got everything that we need in order to sort of do the next bit. We've got the combine for doing the harvesting. We've got everything that we want for doing mowing and raking and all of that stuff so that we can go and make silage bales. And we should be able to make quite a few silage bales as well. We could either do a bit here below and above the greenhouses, sort of do it here on this slope. Or we could go, let's just go in here a minute and have an aerial view of the farm. Like that. We've, yeah, we had that bit down there. We've got a huge area up here that we could actually use. Like, and it's not as steep as you'd think, and we've already marked out the fence. So I've got a really big meadow that I could cut up here, which I think might not be a bad idea. So if I prepare for doing that by starting off by doing some fertilizer jobs, those fertilizer jobs are going to end up giving us an extra 20 grand. We can buy the combine, we make sure that we've got that one, and that one's paid for. And then the next thing, I mean, the mowers that we've got, those two, they're actually fine. I'm quite happy with those mowers. I don't think that we really need to worry about getting anything extra for the mowers. Let's just leave that one there while he's filling. But the other thing that we could do is buy a new rake, because that rake is actually quite small. That's like the time-consuming bit is doing the raking. Although we wouldn't really need to do that either, because we've got a second tractor which can tow the rake, and then we can go along with the baler while the raking is taking place, and we can be doing the baling. The baling is probably the only slow job that would have to happen for it, and I mean, it's not going to be that slow, it's not going to be that bad. So I think it's quite possibly something that we should consider. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to load this one up. We can take 4,500 litres of whatever product we choose to put in here, which is a obscene amount of product. So I'm just going to move that one forward a little bit like that. And I'm actually going to empty out the line like that. Now, I'm not actually. I was just wondering whether I should try and put the trailer on the back, but this one doesn't have a rear hitch for it anyway. And then I was going to like maybe load up some of those pallets, but I won't do that now. We'll do that later, because what I can do is I can put the rake on the front of the tractor if I do want to go and sell it, and I can take the trailer down the mountain. Rather than just a few pallets that we've got on at the moment, we can put on a whole load of pallets. So let's head on down here again. We're going to do another big contracting session. Only this time it's all going to be with this one. This should be pretty quick, actually. We should be able to do this fairly quickly once we get going with it. I'm wondering if the contracts are still going to be available in May. Like, could we, except the other tractor can't handle this fertilizer spreader. So I think what we need to do is accept all of the contracts. Let's get to the shop first. Then we can accept all of the contracts that we've got, and then we can just start working our way through the field. So I'll load up with all the fertilizer that I can carry, and then go to the furthest field away and start working the field from the furthest one away, the fields from the furthest one away, and sort of start working our way back through. That's probably going to be the best way to do this. So let's go on up through there, and again whizzing across. I gotta stop doing that. I really do. I should really stop doing that, going through that zebra crossing without stopping to see if people actually want to go through there in front of me, because one of these days I'm going to have someone stop me and give me a ticket for that, and I don't really want that. Okay, that fella there is striding with purpose. He's heading towards the chocolate shop. But he is definitely, that is definitely striding with purpose. Look at him, look at him. He's heading towards the chocolatier, but he is striding with purpose. He is. I don't know where he's going. Must be going on round, but that is a man on a mission. That is definitely a man on a mission. I don't know what the mission is, but it's obviously very important. Okay, I don't want to go in there just yet. I want to go up here. So we've got the... We're going to ignore those supply and transport ones. Cultivating, field 25, no. Right. 5, 9, right, field 5 is... Actually, it's on here, isn't it? Right. We go up through here. Field 5 is the one all the way up there, but then the others are the ones that we've just gone and planted. It's pretty much every single field that we just planted now need fertilizer. We've got field 5 is an extra. 9, 11, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. So they're all actually, apart from field 5, they're all pretty close to the shop. So I'm just going to accept contract this time. Just press spacebar on each of them. Accept contract. So 5, 9, 11, any type of fertilizer. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Okay, so I've got a whole load of contracts right there. Next, I want to go in here and I want to get the cheapest available stuff. So, big bag pallets, no. Because if you look at these, road salt, pig food, it's 1,920 for 1,000 litres. In here, the big bag, 1,820 for 1,000 litres. And it's still all big bags in here. That one, why is that one different? Oh, that's 1,500. 2,100. Whoa, wait, what? It's 1.5. It's 1,000 litres. That's 1,500. Oh, that's seed. Isn't it? Fertilizer bag. What am I looking at here? Is that wrong? Or is that just that's an empty bag? It can I don't know what that's about. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that one, so I'm going to leave it. Solid fertilizer 1820. Fertilizer 600 liters of fertilizer. 1820 is 1,000 liters. Same. So they're all 1,000 liters for those. 1820 for 1,000 liters. So let's have a look and see what else we got. There I've got solid fertilizer 750 liters. I thought this one might be a bit cheaper. 2,100 at 3,990. It's not. That actually works out at slightly more. So if you do 3,990 divided by the 2,100, that actually gives you 1.9, whereas the standard ones are 1.8. Well, not quite 1.8. It's 1,890 or something, so it's 1.89. It's slightly marginally cheaper. So what I'm doing, I'm going through and I'm trying to see which is the cheapest possible fertilizer that I can buy. This is actually way cheaper. 50 litres for 50 euros. But you only get one at a time. You can't buy them in bulk, which would make buying them exceedingly painful. So I'm not going to do that. And again, I've got bags there. That one works out at 1.8 euros per litre, which is cheaper than anything else. But I can only buy one at a time. It doesn't give me the option for buying multiple bags at one time. So I'm not going to spam purchase those. This one, however, works out at 1.8095 per litre for fertilizer, which is marginally cheaper than anything else. So I'm going to buy that one. So I've got 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pallets of fertilizer to start off with. That's 19,000 that has just cost me. And I'm going to use up a fair bit in the first spreader load. So we'll start filling that all up in there. And we are going to drag this up across to field 5 to start off with. And we're going to start working in there. And we're going to work our way across all of the fields that we possibly can. And I will ultimately end up, because we're running our own place with like, trying to run our own place organically. It's 4,200, so a little tiny bit more in there, like that. There we go. Right, so this is going to be the longest trip that we need to do, is up to field 5. Once we've done that bit, everything else should be a little bit faster. So in order to go to field 5, we'll go out this way. Round a roundabout, and then we should be fine. I will probably use some hired help to do this. Quite sure. We should get through these fields quite quickly. I can't remember what the spreading width is for this spreader, so let me just take a quick look at that one. That won't take long to find out. Where are we? We are cultivators, sprayers, fertilizer, spreaders, and it is the lizard one right there. It gives a 42-meter spreading width. I think with 4,500 litres of fertilizer on board, we're going to get through this pretty quickly. Like, we're not going to have to be running back to the dealership to go and get a load more fertilizer anytime soon. And so we can just start working our way through all of these fields nice and quickly. And, well, we'll end up making a small fortune. I've got enough space, I'm hoping, that if we don't come anywhere close... There's that dude on his walk. I think he's just going out for a power walk. I think that's what it is. I think it's just a power walk, where he's just like walking really fast to have some exercise. But anyway, there should be enough room on here, so if we don't use anywhere near as much fertilizer as we thought we were going to, we should still be able to load everything. Oh, wait, no. We can't return the fertilizer because at the end of the contract, because I'm using my own equipment for it. So that's kind of... We've fallen flat on that particular little plan, but never mind, it's going to be fine. We won't need to worry about that. So long as we've got it all into the fertilizer spinner, we should be fine. We'll try not to worry too much about it. So let's head on through here. Round we go. And there is our first target. So field 9 will be the next one after this, which is a bit further down. And I reckon we're going to get quite a few of these done. So I'm going to zoom right out like that. And I'm going to come in here. And I'm going to immediately start spreading. Look how far it goes. I'm right into the other field. And I'm hardly using fertilizer at all. Okay, that seems to be using too slowly. I don't have the precision farming DLC. I didn't want to get involved with doing that this time. We did that before, and it all went horribly wrong, and I didn't really want to do that. But see how little I am actually using when it comes to fertilizer. Like, if you're spreading manure, you use low slurry. You do tend to use up quite a bit, but this... I'm hardly using anything at all. I'm going to get through most of the fields doing this without actually a little tiny bit on the corner that got out. I'm going to leave that. It does really irritate me. I know that I've left that bit on the corner and it's really going to bug me, but I'm still going to leave it. I'm not going to get too concerned about those bits because I want to get around these quickly. And am I seriously going to use less than 100? This spreader seems to be, although it's like ridiculously heavy, and it is a bit of a challenge to move around with the thing, it doesn't seem to be calibrated. Doesn't seem to be calibrated quite right. Because I am absolutely certain I should be using more than 100 litres to do this field. Oh well. I've gone and bought 19,000 euros worth of fertilizer. What am I going to do with all that? Oh no. Seriously, I've got 19 grand's worth of fertilizer that I just went and bought. I probably shouldn't have bought quite so much, especially considering that I wanted to be able to go and buy a combine after I'd done this. I didn't think that through, did I? I got a little bit carried away. They gave me a credit card, right? They gave me a credit card. I had no choice. I know I left another little bit on that corner. I had no choice, right? They gave me a credit card. And just said, here, just swipe it. You don't even need to sign your name. Just swipe the credit card and it'll pay for everything. And, well, I can't be trusted with things like that. I went and spent all that money. Well, wonder if there's any way I can get it back. Yeah. How do I get my money back? I've gone and spent way too much money. This was a bit of a... this is why you should never trust me to make grown-up choices. This is why we can't have nice things. This right here is why we can't have nice things. I am not to be trusted with this. I am not to be trusted with this stuff. Come on, you should know better. I can't believe you lot have left me in charge of something like this. Like, you've no one to blame but yourselves, right? This is entirely your own fault. But what do I do with all that? There is one thing that we can use. There's the government drain where you can tip stuff away, but I don't think you actually get to buy stuff back using the government drain. The only option that I can think of is a universal buy point where I could go and put the fertilizer on and sell it back. But I'm not going to get the money that I've forked out for it. This is bad. This is quite bad, actually. What do I do? There's got to be something that we can do. When I move on to a slightly bigger field, we can set the hired help doing some of this, and then we can have a look and see if we've got like a universal buy point or something that will be able to buy back some of that fertilizer. Because look, I've used 150 liters of fertilizer and I'm almost finished the second field already. This is not good. Is it just me, or is this spreader calibrated slightly wrong? Change work width. I don't want to change the work width. Let me just do that a minute. I might as well just leave it running, because I do feel a bit like I'm cheating. Lower, change cruise control, turn off spreader. Partial width, 54 liters per minute. 42. I think it's just maybe that the spreader is designed slightly wrong, but I'm sure that we should be using it up faster than we're using it. This doesn't seem quite right. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is actually supposed to, because I've not really done very much fertilizer stuff at all in any of my playthroughs yet, because I almost always try to do my farming organically, because I just prefer that. I don't personally, I just don't like the idea of sticking a load of chemicals onto the fields. I never have, so I always try to play like I would. I mean, I don't actually have my own farm, but I would like to get my own farm, and I just don't like the idea of throwing loads of chemicals on the fields. I prefer natural fertilizer. So I would want to use just manure and slurry for fertilizer rather than buying in chemicals, and I really don't like the idea of herbicides and well, using herbicides. And I have done it in the past. I have actually worked for people, and I've personally done, well, not very much, but I did do a little bit of spraying. I have done it. I just don't particularly like it, that's all. Not to the point where I only buy organic food, because organic food is generally quite expensive. So, yeah, you might actually consider me a bit of a hypocrite. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.